Thanks for being here on this very special and important day for the City of Phoenix. I'm Greg Stanton, Mayor of the City of Phoenix. Thank you all for joining us. I'm here with my partners and colleagues on the City Council, Councilmember Thelda Williams and Councilwoman Kate Gallego. Let's give a big round of applause. Thanks for being here. You're going to hear from them in just a moment. Let's see, we have Sandy Ferniza here from Congressman Ruben Gallego's office. Where is she? Thank you for covering. There you are. Thank you. Thank you for the Congressman's office for being here. Mario Paniagua, our Deputy City Manager in charge of all things that move, so all things transit. Where's Mario? Thanks, Mario, for your leadership. We wouldn't be here without you. And I see our friend, the CEO of Valley Metro, recovering mayor of the city of Mesa, Scott Smith. Thank you, Mayor Smith, for being here. Are you happier when you're in Phoenix? And I saw him, I know he's still here, a really good friend, because this is really all of your idea. You're at fault for this, Phil Pangrazio. Your leadership, without you, we would not be here today. So Phil Pangrazio, thank you for hosting us today, Ability 360. You've been a great and effective advocate, and this day wouldn't have happened without your incredible leadership. Thank you and your amazing team here at Ability 360 for hosting us on this beautiful spot overlooking the 50th Street community, neighboring businesses. What a beautiful part of our city. And I want to thank you for your service on the Phoenix Transportation Commission and for your steadfast efforts to move this project forward. Phoenix continues to move forward by making smart, long-term investments in ourselves. And this project is one of those investments, and that makes this a great day in the city of Phoenix. So today we officially launch construction of our new 50th and Washington Street light rail station. And because this project takes place in between two existing tracks, this groundbreaking will be a little non-traditional. We're on the roof, not on the street. So there will be no shovels, no hard hats, but construction will begin tomorrow, really early in the morning, and that is reason why we are here to celebrate. This will be the first light rail project resulting from the passage of Proposition 104. Our voter-approved Transit 2050 plan will ultimately triple our light rail system, including an accelerated new line in South Phoenix along Central Avenue and a new line connecting to Metro Center in Thelda Williams district. We've already extended bus hours nearly around the clock, and will make our streets more accommodating for walkers, bike riders, as well as people who happen to have wheelchairs or other assisted devices. And a very important part of that work begins right here, starting tomorrow morning. When this project opens in 2019, this station just below our feet will serve better the many people from around the valley who utilizes the services here at Ability 360, the foremost center of empowerment for people living with disabilities in the southwestern United States. It will help customers reach one of our city's most iconic and historic restaurants, the Stockyards, an awesome restaurant in our community. It will help employees reach destinations like Ideation Design Group, one of our city's most creative design firms, and soon to be one of our most exciting transit-oriented design firms. And this is going to continue to be a more important employment center for the city of Phoenix, this area. So more and more people will be served by this station as they get to and from work. In just a few minutes, you will hear directly from some folks who have been looking forward to this day for a long period of time. And before we move on, there's one more reason why this station will be special. This station was designed to create a real sense of place for the people it will serve. And so to do that, we at the city, we asked for the public's help. As part of the Mayor's Innovation Games, we asked designers to create concepts for this light rail stop. Because we knew this station would be so close to Ability 360s, it would be so important to people who with disabilities, that it would be such an important asset for the Ability 360 clientele. We asked entrants to come up with designs that address accessibility, rider comfort, and safety. We had dozens of creative and interesting entries, but the best came from the team at Dig Studio. Dig's innovative and functional ideas have been incorporated into the final design, including wider platforms to accommodate mobility devices, as well as enhanced shading and lighting. this station will be a model of accessibility. So let's give the team from DIG a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Your ideas were awesome. And lastly, more importantly, I really want to thank the people of the city of Phoenix. We asked voters to do something hard, to make new investment. Yes, we asked them to raise taxes. And the voters of Phoenix said yes. They believed in this important infrastructure investment. They responded overwhelmingly. Today, we take another big step in keeping our commitment to the citizens of Phoenix who believed in us when they said yes to Proposition 104. Next, I'd like to introduce our Valley Metro RPTA Board Chair and our Phoenix Transportation Infrastructure Chair, Councilwoman Thelda Williams. Councilwoman.
Yeah, up here we're in the shade. We'll all talk a long time. No, I'm kidding. Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. It seems like we just had a ceremony up here not that long ago announcing that we were going to build this station. But a lot's transpired since that time. I will tell you that the cities are working together better than they ever have. RPTA is up, running, and very strong, working with the city of Phoenix. Soon we will be able to go from Chandler to Metro Center to Baseline. Yeah, and it's because of our leadership, not only on the council, the mayor, but RPTA and the transportation department. They have done an outstanding job, and they are really working closely in a partnership that's going to make it all happen. It's going to be more efficient. It's going to happen even quicker. It seems like we plan forever and plan and plan and plan, and then boom, construction starts, and you will be surprised how fast it goes. This station is going to add so much, not only for this community, but for the entire valley. We understand how important this particular station is to get to this facility, that we don't hear any more about the bad bus routes, the difficulty getting in and out of there. It's going to be easy. It's designed especially for the disabled, and so it's going to be a marvelous addition to our whole system. But I'm up here to really thank all the partners that are involved. Gannett Fleming and DWL. Are you here? Raise your hands. Thank you. Dig Studio, who I know was here. I heard them a minute ago. CK Group, CR Engineers, Moore and Associates, Geomatics, and Corpro. And for the construction team, Stacy and Whitbeck, thank you for developing a special design station that the visually impaired can touch and feel, and it's right where? They said point to it. Oh, right there. If you haven't noticed that board like I didn't, please go over there and check it out on your way out. And I really want to thank the artist, Barbara Gugtus. I probably just murdered that name. I see the hand back there. Sorry about. It's almost as bad as Thelda. But anyway, but thank you so much. I know you put a lot of time and effort into it to make it special. Thank you. And I just want to thank all the staff that's been involved in this project as well as this event. It takes a lot of people to make all of this happen, and you do an outstanding job. So thank you all.
All right, next to be the podium is the person I asked to help lead the Proposition 104 campaign, and she put a heck of a lot of time and effort and political capital into help leading that, what ultimately became a successful campaign. And I'm really excited about the fact, now we're not allowed to talk politics today. She has an election coming up, and the date just passed, No one's running against her, which means we'll get to see her a lot more at City Hall, and that's a good thing for the citizens of Phoenix. Our leader for the Proposition 104 campaign, Councilwoman Kate Gallego.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you for your leadership on this. We are here today because of many advocates, and you mentioned Phil Pancrazio, but we are really here today thanks to Greg Stanton's leadership. This was a passion of his. He wants to have a city that is inclusive and represents everyone, so thank you, Mayor Greg Stanton, for pushing us on this project. It really says good things about Phoenix that of all the light rail projects we could begin with, we're starting here today. We're sending a message that Phoenix values inclusivity, that we want everyone to feel welcome riding on our rail, regardless of what mode of transportation, whether on wheels or 2 feet you use to get on the rail. And it's a design that welcomes people and makes it easier to operate. It says good things about Phoenix, that we value our community and our partners here. Thank you to the partners who have made this possible. It's an exciting day for us. It's also a station that really honors our history, and we'll get to hear more about that as well. We're looking at beautiful Tovray Castle, one of the gems of our Phoenix Parks Department, and institutions that have helped develop the Valley economy. I don't want to think about how many deals were done at Stockyards, but it really is a center of our community. So we're looking forward today, but we're also honoring the roots of City of Phoenix. We could have started our investments in the light rail anywhere, but the fact that this is the first big capital project says good things about our values. Also want to give a huge thank you to the project team who is making this possible. This is complicated engineering and it's going to be complicated construction. We got a great team of experienced folks who have stepped up to this challenge, so thank you to the team that is making this possible. We wanted the best and we got them. We're looking forward to the great, very complicated work that you will have to do. And our construction team has great partners at the City of Phoenix. We have been going nonstop on Transportation 2050, trying to deliver for the voters who place their confidence in us. A great team across many departments. Could our city employees who've been working on Transportation 2050 raise their hands so we can recognize them? It's a true labor of love, one that will really transform our city, and so we've been making investments that you see in every corner of our city. Not far from here was our first new bus line in the district that I serve, and that also shows our values at the City of Phoenix. It's a line that serves many people in our refugee community, once again saying we value everyone in the City of Phoenix. Our next major light rail investment will be the South Central Extension. Thanks to the voters stepping up on Proposition 104, that's happening more than a decade earlier than we had originally expected. And that's an extension that serves a large portion of people who don't have cars in the City of Phoenix. We really are making investments that value everyone. The investments that you probably see the most are our beautiful new streets, so congratulations to Ray Dovalina and his team. We are tripling the speed at which we fix up our streets and our maintenance, and getting great compliments as we have beautiful streets to drive throughout our community. So I hope the voters are able to see the results of what they stepped up and said they wanted to do. Phoenix is planning long-term. We're thinking all the way out to 2050, and that's something both our residents and business community have challenged us to do, to not just think to the next election cycle, but to think about the next generation, to say what kind of city we want to become and plan ahead so that we have the infrastructure to do that. All of you here today are transforming Phoenix, and I want to thank you for your great partnership as we do build that better Phoenix. The mayor mentioned that I am at a point in my short city council career where I can look back, and I think that of my almost 4 years on the council, the most important thing that I was part of was Transportation 2050. It will pay dividends to Phoenix for decades to come and really help us be that leading global city that we want to be. We could not do it without all of your partnership, so thank you for the great work you are doing here today. And now I will welcome the mayor back to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman. Great words, and for your leadership has been second to none. All right, now you've heard from the politicians, but let's actually hear from the people that are going to be benefiting from this light rail station once it is completed. First, Carl Schaefer from Ideation Design Group. I mentioned a major employer in this area. Carl, where are you? Oh, right there, right in front of me. Carl. The question for you. We want to hear from you. But I want a directed question. What will this new light rail station mean for you and your employees? Now come on up.
I'm not a politician, so I'll be quick. And by the way, summer's here, in case anybody didn't notice. But we found out about that station being built 2 weeks after we closed on the land over there. So we thought that would be a nice plus for our employees. But what it did was we built that building to be the most energy efficient building in the city of Phoenix. Nobody knows about that, which we kept a nice secret. With the addition of the station, having a mass transit station within 50 feet of our front door, that took us to LEED Platinum. So we're very happy about that. And that building right there is a energy neutral building. We have no electric bill each month. So, but what it's going to mean more than anything else is easy access to the building department downtown. No more parking fees downtown. Sorry. And everybody's invited to our very first pub crawl, which we're really looking forward to. So.
Thank you so much, Carl. Congratulations on building that energy neutral building. Your secret is out. You will now become a well-recognized building in the city, and make sure I get invited to the pub crawl. Next is one of our strongest advocates in the city of Phoenix. She and I have been friends for so many years, and she has been a huge advocate for the construction of this station because it was the right thing to do. And Jennifer, your leadership is paying off today. Jennifer Longden, Ability 360 employee. Jennifer.
Thank you, sir. I went in on that pub crawl for sure. And that's one of the great things about this transportation project. I actually moved from the far west valley downtown into central Phoenix because of mass transportation, because of light rail. And when I was fortunate enough to get a job here at Ability 360, it became even more important. And, you know, I think back to all of those original meetings that we sat in and the work that you did, Mr. Mayor, and you, councilwomen, to just fund that study that said this was a good idea, and then everything that's happened since then. So I'm looking forward to being able to get my friends to come out of Central Phoenix for dinner at Stockyard and then go back home, to be able to stop on the way home and just enjoy our city. And for that, I am always going to be grateful for the work that you've all done. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your leadership. It's going to be awesome. Not just for people who want to come to Ability 360, but want to come to SPOFIT for one of the best workouts you can possibly get. It is our disability-friendly gym, but people who don't have disabilities are more than welcome. I've got some good workouts. I had an opportunity to play wheelchair basketball there one time, and my knees still hurt. All right, next. We've mentioned the Stockyards many times. The owner of the Stockyards is here, also the owner of Jokaki Construction. You've talked about Stockyards as a restaurant, but it does have the best bar in the city of Phoenix. I don't know anything about that. If anyone suggested that I've been bellied up to the bar for a beer at the Stock, that's fake news. Gary Smith, owner of Jokaki and Stockyards.
Is Phil still here? Phil, we got it done. Good job. Appreciate that. And they asked me to speak a little bit about the history. I'm a third-generation native Arizonan and grew up on a ranch south of Phoenix. And when I was younger, my dad used to drive us up, and we were members at Arizona Country Club, and he used to haul us up by our ear and make us swim laps. And we would come back home, and this is in the 50s, and we would stop at the Stockyards and get something to eat. So we knew the Stockyards. We had a cattle ranch ourselves, and actually Ed Tovery asked us to raise some cattle with him, so we actually fattened cattle on our ranch down in southern Arizona. So we've had a long history with the Stockyards. My brother and I bought this site next door, which is about 10 acres, in 2003, and we made the Stockyards building itself historic. Thank you, City of Phoenix. We appreciate that. And it was a passion that we felt was very important to us. And we did not want to take down the building, and we wanted to maintain the restaurant. So now I'm in the restaurant business. And we developed our headquarters around it. Our headquarters is a blending of the past and the present, the past being the historic stockyards, and the present being our existing building. And Carl, we appreciate what you did. Where's Carl? Carl did a wonderful job. He complimented what we built here. He built his project on our site. He did a wonderful job, and I'm real proud of what he's created. And in terms of the history, when I used to drive up here, this was all feedlot. This was the largest feedlot in the world, if you can believe that. I think they fed just under 50,000 head. And right here where the post office is used to be the packing shed for the Toveries. And this is the Tovery Castle. And as we used to drive up 48th Street, the Cudahy's had their meat processing. And Arcadia was all trees. It was a big orchard. So we used to drive up and go swimming at Arizona Country Club. And there wasn't much south of the river. As a matter of fact, the feedlot went south of the river, and it was all farm ground. So from the time I used to swim up here when I was a little kid to what's happened now, it's pretty exciting. With the light rail, we have light rail on our north border. We've got the Southern Pacific Railroad. We've got 2 freeways. This is a heck of a location. We built a nice quality project we're excited about, and we're 100% leased, which, boy, that's exciting. And Phil's been a wonderful neighbor, and I pat him on the back for all the hard work.
Thank you, Gary, for the great work you've done. That little trip down memory lane. Can you believe we're now the 5th largest city in the United States after all of that? So we are growing fast. All right, no more speeches. We're done. That is the end of our celebration for the kickoff of the 50th Street Station. The one final act that we have to do is to sign on the plaque. I was told that it was only supposed to be me and the elected officials, but I said just to drive our staff crazy, why not? If you want to sign the plaque, come on up, and everyone was going to sign this plaque, so we'll have a permanent memorial for today. Congratulations, everyone. A great day for our city of Phoenix.